I paired them up.
Right there's perfect. Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
My name's Matt.
I'm Karen.
Nice to meet you. So I'm representing the whole locomotive team today. We're just going to go over a few scenarios, talk about locomotive, and possibly your place within that. So without any further ado, let's get started. So first off, I'd like to say thank you for showing interest in our company. We really appreciate anybody who has the same passions and interests as we do. And it's always great to see people out there who love coffee like us. So you know that our coffee company, our little cafe is over on Mississippi, but our main selling point right now is that we do delivery service, and that's what sets us apart. And right now, we are in need of a public relations director to kind of, spread the word out there. We're a growing company, we're a new company, and we have really bright prospects. So we're looking to expand at this moment. And you recently applied for the public relations director. So yeah, I'm just gonna ask a few questions. It's gonna be real simple, a few hypotheticals, and I'm really just looking for to get an idea of your thought process and what you're thinking.
Okay.
So, if you don't mind, do you mind if I take notes?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Appreciate it. And remember, there's no right or wrong here. I'm just looking for what you think.
Okay.
So, we'll start with a hypothetical. We're doing an advertisement campaign to 40 to 70-year-olds, so a little bit of an older age demographic, and we're looking to reach them via social media. Or would you even use that in this situation?
I would, but only to certain targeted audiences. Well, probably younger, but those who maybe have kids or are around that kind of social media environment where they know how to use it, how to get connected, how to look it up, how to find those kind of outlooks. Because if we put if we're looking for that kind of audience in that age range, then using social media might not be the most effective. You might even want to send out newspaper ads or things like that older generations would, are more often seen on. But with today's technology, honestly, that might even be a good way to start.
Yeah.
So.
Well, why did you mention that kids, or if they had kids? I'm just curious.
I feel like, well, at least from my experiences, older adults that are into coffee are normally into coffee because they need to wake up to take their kids to work or to school. They need to go to work. They're around technology, and then also the younger generations are affecting everyone in different ways through media. Like just the millennium kids, they're kind of shaping. You see news reporters talking about and tweets from this terrorist attack in somewhere. Things like that is getting spread around. So I think that having a younger age group in a household would help to get them connected.
Makes sense. I like that. So last month, let's say we just had a really great month, and our profits were a little bit better than we expected. Here at Mocha, we make decisions as a team. Everybody's a part of every meeting, the budget specifically. And let's say, for instance, one of our team members wanted to hire an assistant, while the other wanted to spend the money on new video editing equipment for specifically the advertising. How would you deal with that conflict in particular?
Well, I have a much more avoiding kind of aspect with group work, just because I like to, if we can't resolve a problem, then let's focus on another one and maybe come back to it. But I noticed that sometimes that's not the most effective, so maybe in this case we could compromise instead of avoiding the conflict if it's something that's more urgent. Because with advertisement, that takes time anyways. But if we needed a new assistant, that's something that's a little bit more,
So you're saying looking for the more pressing?
Yeah, the more pressing matter, yeah.
Great. So winter's coming up. It got a little bit nicer today, but for the most part, it was pretty chilly this morning. And with the new season, we introduced a lot of seasonal flavors and different specials.
Pumpkin spice.
Yeah, it's pumpkin spice, exactly. We're trying to introduce a new decaffeinated sweet coffee option, maybe for families towards the Christmas time and winter break area. In the hopes, we're trying to really just draw in more family customers and make it, because I'm kind of a household name. how would you coordinate production of a commercial? In particular, I'm looking at like how would you coordinate the budget, the team members, or even the content? Like what would your process look like?
Definitely budget first, because that's ultimately what's going to define what kind of advertisement you can make. And then obviously the message and what's the message that we're really trying to get out there. And if you want family customers, then I would suggest focusing more on maybe putting it in a location that's relatable to families that would have decaffeinated drinks with them. That's, in this case, Christmas coffee or like hot chocolates and stuff like that. So maybe just, I don't even know, like maybe in a store, like walking past a store, seeing that they have this option with a family and they can go in and it's maybe not as expensive and it's better for you and it's just great whole family fun.
As the director of public relations for us, do you think you'd be able to delegate these tasks and kind of trust but verify at the same time?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've never had the title of public relations management or director, but I've had a lot of experiences and education in communicating with organizations and relationships and things like that. So
okay,
I think
great.
With the help of team, you said you emphasize teamwork. I like working with groups. So with the help of my team, I would be able to, gather ideas and create really effective advertisements and connections between organizations and the public.
Great, yeah. If you've noticed, this is a little aside, I haven't called anybody employees. It's always been team member. And that's one of the values that we really emphasize here at Mocha, that we're all just part of the same team. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. Now you've looked over our website, you've looked over the job. Looking at what we do in particular as a coffee delivery service, are there any ways that you'd be able to market us as being unique? And this is a really kind of a broader question, but I'm just looking for something creative, different.
Well, I think the company or the organization in itself is super unique, so you have that going for you already. But there's a lot of ways to go with this. With all the social media outlets that we have today, with Twitter and Facebook, Instagram, even Vine, maybe showing you delivering coffee or things like that, little logos, hashtags, see how fast you can go, maybe create challenges, anything like that, and maybe creating different spots where you deliver so that people can even meet there and things like that. So I think there's a lot of ways to make this unique company become even more existentially unique.
So kind of like a little hub where that
that's
deliver.
Yeah.
Awesome. I like that. Wow, that sounds great. That's really, I think I've got a lot of what I need to know. I just want to know before we wrap things up here, do you have any questions for me or the organization in general?
Not that I can think of, but I'm sure there is. I guess my only thing is what kind of profit margins are you expecting? What's your budget right now?
Well, as with any growing company, we have a lot of, we're trying to grow and at the same time cover our expenses and the things that we use to start up. So we have a few business loans that we're working out of right now. But like I said, we're still working out. So a lot of the work that we're doing right now is catching up on expenses. But we should be seeing more and more profit, especially come the season, especially with fall, winter. That's kind of our busy months because nobody really drinks hot coffee in the summer and spring.
Stuff,
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, but we're definitely in the upswing.
And with the delivery aspect of it, would you have a van with coffee in it, or you would just have it pre-made and then deliver?
We have a series of bikes, and it depends on the blend and the brew.
Okay.
So these bikes are actually equipped with a little trailer cart behind it where they're able to make coffee on site or deliver larger orders.
Got it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
That's the other thing that kind of makes us unique. And that kind of goes back to our fair trade and ecological considerations.
Which is another reason that I was interested in the job.
Great. So we're aiming to provide freshest coffee, quickest amount of time possible. And if you're hired, you're going to be expected to do a lot of the communicating between us and the public, as well as involve a lot of the process of budgeting, hiring, content. We'll be in charge. You're going to be in charge of creating our media presence and just kind of making us a household name like we were hoping for. So I really appreciate you coming out here for this opportunity, and I would expect to hear back about a week via email. We'll let you know. And yeah, thank you for
And if
coming
you don't
today.
call me, I'll call you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.